This is the Big Brother 27 live feed update. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. Get me to 1,000 subs. In this update, I'm going to talk about the heavy hitters replacing RYLIE with Mickey, which is that alliance that includes Zach, Vince, Morgan, Jimmy, Rachel, and now Mickey instead of RYLIE, which is an alliance full of idiots because they have Rachel in it. Then I'm going to talk about ADRIAN campaigning. He's been campaigning the most out of the three. Kelly has been campaigning as well. Will, he's just been sitting, complaining about being old, and occasionally talking about quitting. And of course, he's the safest one. And then I'm going to talk about Ashley and KEANU being very messy in the house in their own right. And plus, the new final three of Lauren, Zach, and Vince, which, again, another stupid move since they couldn't even get Lauren to get Ashley on the block. But anyway, let's start with the heavy hitters. So the new heavy hitters met up in the workout room to say, yeah, we're all working together, which, it's Morgan's wet dream because she now has Mickey in it, who she's in a final three with, herself and Jimmy, herself and Rachel, and herself and Zach and Vince. So I guess in a sense you can say it's the best alliance for now for Morgan. But again, when Rachel, a returner, is in it, it's really not the best alliance for anybody. Now, I will say the worst position would be Zach and Vince because, again, even though it's supposedly three guys and three girls, we know Jimmy the gay really counts as a female, and that's how the females see him. So I would say the worst position in this alliance would be Zach and Vince. But again, we'll see how long this final six lasts anyway, because as we know, we haven't even had the first four evictions, and rarely does an alliance last past that. That started this early. So I don't even think the alliance will last this long. But it's most definitely an alliance that production would favor because, again, it includes Rachel. Now, when it comes with the campaigning that's been going on, Adrian seems to be focused in on wanting to target Rachel with his campaign. Once again, reminding Vince that Rachel sees him as a target. The same woman that he's supposed to be in an alliance with. And quite frankly, if anybody needs to win an HOH, or I should say, who I would hope win an HOH, I hope Rachel wins, just so she can nominate these, three dudes, and give a wake up call to two of them. Because if she does nominate KEANU, that would be expected. But the other two wouldn't be, because she's not putting any females on the block. And maybe then, just maybe, the men in the house will grow a spine. I doubt it, but Adrian is one of the men that's willing to set out to target her, which is why, again, he could be in the most trouble. Because KEANU has been stupid enough to convince Kelly that Rachel doesn't really know what's going on. And so Adrian is really the only one that will go after her. I mean, I don't even see if Will lucks up and winning HOH. I don't even see Will going after her. He would put up a KEANU, Catherine, and maybe Lauren, because, Lauren would put him up after being in a named alliance with him. And even if he made a replacement nom that put up Rachel, there's still enough eggheads in the house that would vote to keep her. And what's so funny, though, Adrian campaigning, letting Vince know that Rachel's still targeting him, kind of has him scrambling. So it really will be interesting to see what happens later on tonight, because that's when people really start sort of settling in on whatever decisions they plan to make come eviction night. But I think it is really pretty much settled already. Will is safe no matter what. Kelly more than likely gets evicted if she's next up to Adrian, and yeah, that's about it. Now, as far as Ashley and Keanu are concerned, let me start with Ashley. Ashley has just continued to trash Morgan. Anybody who's willing to listen, she makes fun of Morgan having a crush on Zach when he's interested in Lauren. She talks crap about Morgan to Mickey. Even after Mickey sort of confronted her for sort of calling Mickey out, she sort of apologized about that, but then continued to talk about Morgan. She's talked about Morgan to Will. And when she listed her least liked people in the house, two of the people on that list included Jimmy and Morgan. Meanwhile, as we know, Morgan's been one of the main ones advocating for Ashley to stay. So I think it would be funny, especially since I find Ashley more entertaining, is if Ashley makes it further in the game than Morgan and Mickey. Especially Morgan. Like if Morgan gets evicted pre-jury and Ashley is able to make it into jury. uh, Again, that just would be something that would personally make me laugh. Um, but yeah, because I saw Ashley and Rachel talking about it in the storage room, where again Rachel reiterated how she wants to target Vince, and she claims that she doesn't like Jimmy, but that could just be her building up to the Reagan 2.0 moment. But then they also talked about targeting Morgan. And Ashley thinks if she can get Morgan out, that will get Zach closer to her. And they also talk about Morgan's sort of overbearing behavior uh, with the way she talks game and nonstop talks game, which she does. And when she's not talking game, she's imagining a Love Island season of Big Brother, which she recently talked about out loud, saying, "Oh, what if this was a season about showmances?" This chick is just really looking for a man, and right now Zach is her man. Um, but yeah, Keanu on the other hand, he really believes he has something going on with Rachel and Jimmy. And when it comes to Rachel, I do think that Rachel is more interested in keeping Keanu in the house. And I think a lot of that has to do with because he's such a overt target. She wants to get the sneaky ones out, namely Vince. So I do think on Rachel's end, she's more serious about at least going further with Keanu than with Vince. But when it comes to Jimmy, Jimmy wants nothing to do with Keanu. He wants him out, he wants Kelly out, and he wants Ashley out pre-jury, which would lead them into the jury portion of the game. Because I do think it won't be a 9-person jury. I think they're continuing with the 7-person jury. But yeah, the dispute about Morgan and Mickey, specifically Adrian sort of exposing Mickey's game a bit to Morgan through Vince. I don't think that's going to have any effect because, ultimately, if you're not going to put the other person up no matter what, then it doesn't really matter. And I think that's just another one of those situations. Yeah, she knows that Mickey has said some stuff, but it's not enough still for her to turn on Mickey or even Mickey to turn on her. But I could see a scenario where Ashley actually targets Morgan. Um, but anyway, that's all I have to say currently based on what's going on. And the only thing that we can hope for to truly get different nominees is if someone like RYLIE wins HOH. Because I think even if Catherine wins HOH, she'll still be stupid enough to like nominate a KEANU. So yeah, when you think about it, if Adrian stays, he would be another one that could do something interesting with HOH. And yeah, Adrian, RYLIE, and I would say Rachel, because again, Rachel would ultimately nominate people that will be a wake up call for those people that she nominates. Because even if she nominates KEANU, even though that's something the House would expect, KEANU wouldn't expect it because he thinks he's realigned with Rachel. And then, of course, there's always the mastermind at work who can just, I don't know, remove HOH for the week.